Weather variables such as temperature, wind speed and incoming radiation determine for a large part how much water a crop needs during a summer. We don't measure our crop water needs directly, but we determine them indirectly via calculations of weather measurements. At each experimental location, we measure incoming radiation with a pyranometer, temperature and humidity with thermometers, and wind speed and direction with an anemometer. These variables allow us to calculate the reference evapotranspiration, which is the water demand that the weather creates for a crop. Between our field sites, the main weather variables are quite similar. A hot or a cool summer can be felt in all of the potato growing region of southern Alberta. Rainfall can of course be extremely variable. We get our numbers as locally as we can right in the field. The crop growth stage is a main factor in determining how much of the reference evapotranspiration the crop actually needs. A smaller plant needs less water than a plant in full bloom. However, with a large portion of the soil bare when plants are still small, irrigation in this growth stage will have to address direct evaporation of water from the soil. Ironically, crop water use is the variable that we're really interested in, but it is also one of the more difficult variables to measure. With an eddy covariance tower, we can measure the movement of air in 3D and the water vapor and CO2 in that air. With another set of weather variables and measurements of parts of the energy balance, it's possible to determine soil evaporation and the transpiration of a crop. This is, however, a complex set of measurements, and we don't have much experience with it yet. So for the time being, this piece of equipment will not be used in the potato study. This graph shows how in 2020, the evapotranspiration of crops at two different fields are developing. As you can see, in the beginning of the season there's quite some variability because bare soil evaporation depends on when rainfall occurred, but later in the season, potato crops all over the region require about the same amount of water per day.